Hello and welcome to the April edition of the Dairy Market Update. This month I'll be looking at how movements in the dairy markets influence the prices farmers are paid for their milk. Over the last 10 years or so, markets have become increasingly volatile, with many farmers at some point facing the prospect of being paid less than it costs to produce their milk. One of the biggest consequences of this volatility is the uncertainty surrounding what farmers will be paid month to month, which in turn creates a stumbling block to those wishing to plan ahead. While business planning should be done on the basis of longer-term averages, ideally over the full business cycle, assessing cash flow risks needs an understanding of the sensitivity of your price to market movements. AHDB has recently carried out a large piece of work looking at just how much influence fluctuations in the market have on the price farmers are paid for their milk. The analysis found there's a strong link between movements in the value returned to manufacturers from the market, as measured using our market indicators, AMPI and McV, and the GB average milk price. Now, AMPI measures returns available from putting milk into butter and skim milk powder, while McV measures returns from making mild cheddar. The link that we found means we can use changes in the market value for dairy products as an indicator of where milk prices will be in 3 months' time. The influence of other factors on milk prices, such as the availability of milk supplies, delays in negotiating sales contracts, and the need to remain competitive, mean the movements are not perfectly aligned, but the relationship, nevertheless, is very close. So the decline in market returns we saw during the last few months of 2017 provided a clear indication that farmgate prices would come under pressure in the first few months of 2018. If we use the relationship to project a price into May and June, the firming trends we've seen in the market value over the past 2 months would mean we would expect an easing to these downward movements, at least for now. While this provides information on how the average milk price will change, it's important to understand that the response of individual contract prices will differ across milk buyers. These differences will partly be due to the markets in which different milk buyers operate in, as well as the mechanism they use to set the milk price. This table shows the impact of a 1 pence change in market returns on the farmgate milk price and how strong the relationship is. So, for example, if the average price of milk on manufacturing contracts was 26 pence per litre, a 1 pence drop in the market value of milk in March would suggest the average price paid for milk on these types of contracts could come down by around 0.6 pence per litre 3 months later in June. The impact on prices for non-aligned fresh milk is slightly lower, while there's almost no impact on prices for fresh milk on aligned contracts. This is a direct result of the use of cost-based pricing mechanisms in these contracts. A more comprehensive table is available on the AHDB website, detailing how prices paid by the main milk buyers respond to the market. Knowing the extent to which your milk price reacts to changes in market values can help you with forward planning, as well as shed some light on why your milk price is moving the direction it is. To keep up with how dairy markets are developing, sign up for our weekly Dairy Market Update and visit the market section of the AHDB Dairy website.